Hello, good morning, happy Sunday. Welcome back to the Forest Lake Morning Show. I am Brendan.
And I'm Tyler.
And today, we're going to recap what happened in the music industry this past week.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this earlier. Just for reference for everybody out here watching this, a lot can happen in a week. And we pick and choose certain things. That way we keep this relatively short of an episode. And more so, it's kind of just what we're interested in talking about, as well as what we think you would be interested in talking about that you may not know. So, with that being said, we will jump into some really cool topics.
That was a good little disclaimer there. I like that.
We haven't mentioned it, and I was doing our research, and I was like, man, they don't.
There is a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah,
but we kind of pick and choose. I think the best ones.
The best ones, and when we get this to a level where we have a production team and a full studio, and like this hopefully becomes something. Then we'll maybe make it into like an official music news channel.
We'll just get like a teleprompter.
Yeah, we'll have a teleprompter. We'll have a
last night at 7:47 a.m. Like
we'll have like that definitely got picked up on the a helicopter. Anyway, we'll have a whole setup is the plan for one day. What was I gonna say? Oh, like live musical guests too. That'd be sweet in studio. Yeah. Why not? Sure. Let's not drag our feet here. Let's jump right into the Billboard Hot 100, the top 10.
Top 10.
Am I so glad to see it? Taylor Swift has fallen to number 3 because our girl Miley Cyrus has topped out at number 1.
Oh, I heard she's still going.
She's going strong. I think the second week straight now, because it's been out for 2 weeks, it's broken that record again for Spotify, or maybe the 2-week record.
Isn't it a crazy concept? Like someone like Miley Cyrus or Taylor Swift puts out a song that she writes.
Yeah.
And then the entire world is listening to that song nonstop for however long.
Right.
It's a crazy concept to me.
It's crazy because think if Coldplay dropped Viva La Vida today. Well, actually maybe it wouldn't do as great as it did because timing is just when things happen. But to me, I would say Viva La Vida is a more amazing. I'm biased. I am biased.
No.
But it is a better song than Flowers. But yet Flowers is out here today currently breaking these records. But then again, streaming didn't exist the way it does now.
Right. I mean, it's all about what's trending.
That's true.
Style-wise, production-wise, all that.
Miley Cyrus is breaking records, but somebody's going to break her record. When Rihanna playing at the Super Bowl, she's probably going to have an album out in the next year or two, maybe. That's me just guessing, speculating. We don't know. But I would assume the next Rihanna song that comes out, it's going to break Miley Cyrus's record.
Yeah.
Or the next big artist.
I don't think she's announced speaking of Rihanna, she's announced a guest yet for the Super Bowl.
Good. She doesn't need a guest. Also,
by herself.
They've been showing these commercials and they're making it seem like she's played at the Super Bowl before because they're saying Rihanna's back. And the way the wording is.
I think it was she's back because didn't we talk about this a couple episodes ago where she kind of took a hiatus?
Yeah, a couple years.
For 5 years or something crazy.
Well, when you're Rihanna, what else do you need to prove?
True.
You're a legend already. She did take a hiatus, but the way they say it, it makes it seem like she's back at the Super Bowl again for a second appearance. She is in fact not. This is going to be her first time performing at the Super Bowl. Props to that. The Super Bowl and the NFL has had repeat people. I'm not particularly a fan of that. I like to see somebody new get a chance because it does great for their career. Statistically, everyone who has performed at the Super Bowl the subsequent weeks after have had increase in sales.
Oh, yeah. It's the biggest event of the year.
It is, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And Coldplay played at the Super Bowl 50, Denver Broncos versus Carolina Panthers. I remember watching that. And again, not biased. And we are going to talk about Coldplay later, but...
Yeah, no, it's okay. The Eagles won't be there this year. But,
Whoa,
moving on to the Billboard Top 10.
Top 10, yeah. A big game today for the Eagles anyway. We'll see what happens with that. And if I'm not on the podcast next week, it's either really good or really bad. Back to the top 10. Wow, we got off topic. Kill Bill by SZA at number 2. That's staying steady. Anti-Hero has fallen to number 3. Creepin' by Metro Boomin is at number 4. Unholy, Sam Smith and Kim Petras has fallen from 3 to 5. I'm Good by David
Guetta
and BB Rexa is at number 6 from number 4. Die For You by The Weeknd is at number 7, which has also fallen. And Rich Flex at number 8 has also fallen by Drake and 21 Savage. New at number 9 is BZRP Music Sessions Volume 53 by Bizarrap and Shakira.
Wait,
1 week on the chart, peak position number 9. So this is a new song. I think Shakira did just drop some new music.
Really?
And this is one of them. It's a weird song, but we'll have to listen to it. We didn't listen to it.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a huge Shakira fan.
No? She doesn't do it for you?
I think her voice. There's something about her voice. It's almost like I don't know how much I want to say.
Yeah, watch what you say, dude. The Shakira fans out here.
Like Shakira has good songs. I will say that. I mean, she's proven her worth.
She's a Latin
time and time
legend.
again.
Yeah, Latin superstar.
She is.
She does have a weird voice.
You know what I'm talking about? Like there's a little like shake in there. It's there's something happening. That just.
I think it's just a combo of sex appeal and stuff like that with her, and she is in the Latin
she had the
market
time right
predominantly. Yeah, what's that?
She had the timing right too.
Yeah,
like when she kind of came up.
Did she start in the 90s or early 2000s?
I think it was early 2000s when she kind of blew up.
I really only know She Wolf when that came out, and I was a young kid, and I was like, it was like the catchy thing to sing. In your closet.
Yeah.
Oh. And so
that's number 9.
Yeah, that's number 9. We'll listen to it, and we'll. I'm sure it'll still be on the chart next week, so we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
And number 10, Harry Styles, who actually was out of the top 10, I think last week or the week before. He moved back up to number 8 last week, which I guess we would have mentioned. He has fallen to number 10. So with As It Was, good to see. That's our top 10 out of the Hot 100 by Billboard.
Where's Mariah Carey, man? Bring her back.
She's probably still on the charts down at the. She's probably number 99 or something. She'll just stay on the charts. Somebody's out there just streaming it continuously.
Yeah.
And they're rerouting the VPN so that she gets constantly like recognized streams so that she can.
That's like a good label right there. Who does that?
Who does that for them? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised what a label would do behind the scenes to make their artist generate a stream or whatever the case. Obviously, like we talked last week, the heating button, like they can control things and do things that they probably shouldn't be doing. But
yeah.
We all know labels are manipulative and
they're
shady.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Yeah. Actually, they're totally fair. We should be careful what we say if a label's like, Force 8.
We love labels.
Yeah. What'd you guys say about us that one day?
Yeah.
We love you guys. Come on in. All right, Brendan, break us down some news on the week. What do we got that's happened in the industry this past week?
Yeah, diving in. I'm kind of excited about this one, but John Mayer has announced a solo tour in 2023, starting in March.
Oh.
So it's just going to be him. Just him. Solo.
Ed Sheeran style.
Yeah, kind of, but like
without the looping.
No backing band. No nothing.
Just acoustic guitar, electric guitar.
So he's going to have an acoustic guitar, like him with an acoustic, him with an electric, or it'll be him on a piano.
Okay.
So it's just him, one instrument, that's it.
You've seen him before.
Haven't you? I've seen him a couple times.
With a band.
You
said it was awesome, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you also have, you go to see him because of like his bass player, his drummer. Like at least
he's always had
my perspective. Like you have like Pino Palladino playing bass, like Steve Jordan on the drums, and those are like some of the best guys in my opinion that have played. But
okay, so what are your initial thoughts on him being solo? Like, are you as a John Mayer fan, try and take yourself out of the perspective of like a fan? Do you think this is good for him, bad for him, or what do you think his reasoning is on why he's doing it? Why is he doing it solo? Why would you do that? Money?
No. So a lot of people have asked for it. Like a lot of people have been like, John Mayer solo tour, John Mayer solo tour. And do you know the podcast Call Her Daddy?
Yeah, I heard he's been on there talking, like giving out like little, just like talking.
Yeah.
And getting good content out of it.
Yeah. So he did an episode with them or with her. And I think she was asking questions about it or requested it or something like that. But she was like, you should do a solo tour. Like everyone wants you to do a solo tour. And so I don't know if that had sway or not, but that's
you
cool.
think wasn't that recent? You think he was able to just put this tour together? But if it's a solo tour, I guess it is pretty easy to put together.
Yeah, probably.
What kind of
I'm not sure.
Tickets on sale?
Tickets are on sale, I believe. Yeah, the first show is on March 11th in Newark.
You saw him here in Florida, right? One of the times.
Yeah.
What kind of venues are we thinking he's going to be playing? Like House of Blues, or are we thinking like he's not going to be selling out like basketball stadiums? John Mayer, especially if it's just him.
Here he did.
He played at
Emily.
He did.
Yeah.
So
it's John Mayer.
I guess I'd forget how big John Mayer is.
Yeah.
I occasionally dabble in John Mayer, not as much as you do. He is really great. Great lyricist.
He's a really good guitar player too. Like, yeah, he's good pop singer songwriter and all that. But like, his guitar playing is like phenomenal. It's like really, really good.
In the top 10 or the top 5?
Top 10.
Top 10.
We'll give him
Not
top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a lot of big names out there to fit in that list.
Yeah, but there's only like 19 shows, so not a lot at all. He's not coming to Tampa, not coming to Florida at all. I don't think.
Oh, so we gotta. Is he going to Cleveland?
I think he goes to Cleveland.
He goes to Cleveland. Shout out
Yeah.
to the hometown of Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah,
Man, Cleveland's got shit to talk about us now. John Mayer's not coming to Tampa.
that's all right.
We did talk about it before. Tampa it's logistically, if you're a new listener or follower of us, there was a moment where we talked about tours, why Tampa gets skipped over a lot. Logistically, it's kind of out of the way. I think also there's more appeal to go to Miami, just for crowd size and stuff like that, ticket sales. So I can understand why that would be. We're not really known for music here.
No, there's no music, music scene like at all.
Yeah, we're just sitting ducks out here.
Yeah,
very interesting. Okay, so check that out if you're a big John Mayer fan. Shout out John Mayer.
yeah. What do you got?
So related, I'll hold off. I was going to bring it into the one topic that relates to a guitar player, Nile Rodgers, a guitarist of a band called Chick. But we're going to go back to Coldplay because I mentioned it earlier, and we're not biased. We're not ridiculous Coldplay fans, especially not me with, my tattoos of Coldplay. So, interestingly enough, Coldplay on Thursday night this past week, they were on Jimmy Kimmel Live to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Jimmy Kimmel Live. So they were the first musical guest on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they were back this week for the 20th anniversary. They also, on Friday, Chris Martin went on Ryan C. This is just random Coldplay information that I thought it was important for you to know. Because I love Coldplay. And if there's an article or news leak about them, I'm going to say it. On Friday, he was on Ryan Seacrest's radio show, and they were talking about music. Chris Martin directly said there will be 3 more albums, and then they are done. But they will tour forever if they can.
Yeah.
If they can logistically do it, and if they can physically do it. That's good to know, because if there's any show you should see, it's a Coldplay concert. We've talked about it before. We don't need to digress more into that. Also, the last thing regarding Coldplay is that on this Saturday, February 4th, they will be the Saturday Night Live musical guest. So tune in and see the best band in the world to play on Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live.
Show's becoming a little more biased each week.
This is going to be the Coldplay morning show before you know.
Yeah.
I asked my sister, just because I was listening to Coldplay the other day with the AirPods, and if you have them, they really make songs sound different. You can hear things so great.
Yeah.
And some of the older Coldplay stuff, you really hear things you never heard before. And I was just sitting there and I was like, I need validation that somebody else recognizes Coldplay as the greatest band or one of their favorite bands of all time. So I texted my sister. I was like, Tori, just off the top of your head, who's your favorite band? Like one of your favorite bands, the first one to come to your mind. And she's like, oh, I don't know. There's so many. I said, just the first one to come to your mind, because I was baiting her.
It sounds like it.
I knew she was going to say Coldplay.
Yeah.
She's also a Coldplay fan like me. Sure shit, she says Coldplay. Now, there's a lot of people...
That validated it?
That validated it for me. I'm on a Coldplay...
That was reassuring.
I got to step off my Coldplay high horse here. So by doing that, we're going to jump into the next conversation that Brendan has regarding what happened in the industry this week.
Yeah. So this is kind of our generation, I guess, would be fans. But Panic at the Disco. Paid. People call it Paid, right? Panic at the Disco officially...
Oh, it was a nickname. Panic
Yeah.
at the Disco. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They officially broke up. After 19 years. 19 years.
They broke up.
Yeah. They broke up. So the lead singer, Brendan Urie, I guess he posted on Instagram this past week, like, it's been a hell of a journey, all that. And I guess the band just came out and said, we're done.
Really?
They have one last show that they're going to play March 10th in Manchester, England, and then they're done.
Wow.
That's it.
Were you a big Paid fan?
Paid fan. I don't exclusively listen to them. Like, I won't go out of my way to put them on, but I did grow up with them.
Yeah.
Like them, Simple Plan, Fall Out Boy. Like, I feel like that was kind of like the childhood. Like, it was always on.
Mm-hmm.
You always had the CDs like lying around or something. But yeah,
They do got some good songs. I never would go out of my way to listen to him, but I love Brendan Urie. I've listened to some of the stuff he's been featured on, other songs from other artists, and talented guy, talented voice.
oh yeah,
Seems
He's
like a
great
cool
singer.
dude too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they put on great live shows. I remember a couple of years ago, I think they were on tour. I remember a friend of mine going when they were like passing through Ohio. Said great things about it. So
I always confused them for Fall Out Boy, just because I
Really?
think Brendan Urie sounds so similar to Fall Out Boy's singer. Like they have that same voice.
they're in that. Is that pop punk? What are they called?
Yeah, probably pop punk.
Pop punk. But they're really pop. They're not like Green Day pop punk. They're like pop punk, I would say, or something.
Pop punk.
Pop punk. I don't know. Wow,
Yeah.
what a shame. I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, 19 years though, you got to give him credit. That's
a
19
long-
years is impressive. Like they say, if you as a band can make it for more than 15 years, I think is like the target. Then they're like, you will have had some sort of success,
Yeah.
right? Because you're together that long, you're writing music keeps getting better, you're growing as a band, and 15 years, they made it 19 years. So
Wow. Almost
props
sounds,
to you, props to
That just sounds like
Panic
a
at the Disco.
divorce.
Sounds like what?
A divorce.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
19
They're
years
still
of that.
friends, I would assume.
Oh,
but-
I'm sure. Yeah, maybe it's just they're 19 years. You think that's that's a generation? That's 2 decades. It's like, they got old. They get older. They probably have families. They probably have other priorities, things they want to do. Maybe they just want to settle down. They've made probably plenty of money.
Mhm.
Why put in the effort if you don't need to? If you can,
Watch for it. They're going to sell their catalog.
yeah,
That's what's going to happen.
I'm so glad you brought that up because the last topic today that we'll talk about is the selling of catalogs. We've mentioned it before.
What's that one company? Hypnosis?
Hypnosis, yeah.
They're buying like everyone.
HIPGNOISS.
Yeah. They're buying
SIS.
everything now. They're stocking up.
So I did a little deep diving on this, especially that company. And we've talked about bringing it to your guys' attention that why are artists doing this? And I found out some reasons. This is some actually pretty insightful stuff. Because earlier this week as well, another big industry icon by the name of Justin Bieber sold his catalog for $200 million. So he now joins the ranks of what we've seen in recent years. Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Shakira, Brian Tedder. What's the guy in The Voice? Country artist.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are artists doing this? So specifically, let me bust out my note sheet here.
Yeah, here we go.
Just because of Hypnosis, they're not just the only person to buy catalogs. Warner Music Group can buy them, but one of the biggest ones is this Hypnosis company, which is a publicly traded music intellectual property investment company. Just so you guys are aware, that's what they are. On the London Stock Exchange. So I don't think they're on the U.S. Stock Exchange. They're publicly traded out of London. They own the rights to over 70,000 songs. Estimated. Like obviously that can fluctuate obviously with the recent additions of Justin Bieber stuff. So
That's a lot.
it's a lot of freaking songs. Now this company was co-formed by Nile Rodgers, which I mentioned earlier. He's a legendary 3-time Grammy Award winning artist. He has contributed to over 500 million sales in albums throughout his career. He's 70 years old. He's a legend. He'll be somebody that we mention when he passes away at some point. He co-formed that company in 2018, which is pretty incredible that this company was formed in 2018 and it is now buying these catalogs for $200 million
Right.
left and right.
Yep.
Okay, so going forth, why are artists doing this, right? There's kind of 2 ways to look at it. You have older artists, some of that like Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, when they get the option to sell their stuff, they're being offered 20 to 30 times the annual value of their royalties from streaming. So when you're older, it's kind of appealing, right? You just want that money. You want that security. You'll take it because you don't know how much longer you're going to be alive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, why would you do it if you're Justin Bieber or if you're a younger artist that has a whole career ahead of you? Well, you can still look at it like they're in their prime. Their peak hasn't really kind of started to fade away. They have their whole career ahead of them to continue to write. Like Ryan Tedder, we talked about. You can continue to write. You know you're going to be fine. And it kind of makes them financially secure and free. And then also just opens up their freedom as the artist, you know, to not have the worry of their own rights and stuff. A lot of the thing is uncertainty in the market. So it's unattractive for artists to, like, because of digital streaming and how things are going forward, they may not actually see value in their own music of having those rights. Now, why do the companies that buy them see value? I've found that there's technology that has been something they've been using in the past 5 years to, not like some special technology, but they've been using technology to run models on future earnings of these songs, because they can network and go to TV shows, they can go to films, they can go to internet programs, advertisements, and negotiate probably pretty big deals to use songs that they have from artists like Justin Bieber, Bruce Springsteen, stuff like that. And if there's another thing we've also seen on social media, a lot of old songs are now going viral. Running Up That Hill, that's the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Stuff like that.
They're making a comeback a little bit.
So they see value in taking stuff from, like, Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan.
How the hell do you calculate that? What kind of algorithm is that?
I don't know. It's interesting because music, even in uncertain times, is still pretty certain. It's like there. They'll listen to music.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I feel like it's also so unpredictable.
It is, but then again, these companies have these rights. Justin Bieber sells that.
Yeah.
So the company has it for what? The next century? Forever. Yeah. Until they sell it. So they're probably seeing this as a really long-term investment, because the music industry 100 years ago to today, look at the net income, the net growth and revenue. Imagine where it's going to be in the future. Who knows? And that's probably what they're thinking about.
I still think that company, Hypnosis, or is that how we say it? Hypnosis?
Yeah, that's how I'm pronouncing it. That silent G, I think.
Yeah, okay. I think they got a pretty solid deal on that Justin Bieber one.
Yeah.
$200 million.
Yeah. There's also a tax benefit. So for these rich artists that are already rich millionaires and stuff, they're usually already taxed in the top 1%, which is pretty high. They get taxed a lot. But one-time payouts get taxed at a much less percent. So if Justin Bieber's taking his, now this might fluctuate, I don't know what that exact percent is because it varies. There's been recent laws and regulations that have kind of changed it. But say the mega rich are getting taxed at 37% for their income. If they're getting a one-time payout of $200 million, they're going to get taxed 200, or they're going to get taxed 20%. As like just frame of mind. So there's a benefit for them to say, just give me that cash now. And then the other benefit here is that artists, when they pass away, they don't have to have their family fight over royalties because it can be a mess. They just live off the cash that was made. It's easier to have $200 million in your bank account and just divvy that up to your
100%.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
Then
take the lump sum.
Exactly. Then have your kid fight over this song royalty, that song royalty. It can be really messy. So, cash is king, and I think that's why artists are doing it. And it's just it's pretty interesting because we're going to see it more and more. You're going to see bigger artists. You'll probably see Beyonce. You'll probably see Rihanna. I mean, Taylor Swift, I think she may have in the past, but she probably will do it again in the next 10 years or when they get old and the music industry is worth $100 trillion. Speaking of $1 trillion,
you got one?
I think Jeff Bezos is
got $1 trillion?
On track to be the first trillionaire.
What happened to Musk?
His stocks are crazy, I think. But that's crazy, isn't that to think about? Not to digress off topic, but I'm sure the music industry will be in the trillions by the end of our lifetime. But
there's got to be some like Saudi princes that are worth way more than that, but they don't disclose.
I mean, those princes across the world are worth a lot of money, but Jeff Bezos, dude, trillionaire. He's not even running the company, right?
No, I think he still is like a shareholder or like something.
But he's not. He doesn't have to do shit for his
he stepped down.
Life. Well, that's what we have for the week of this week in January.
That's it.
The last week of January. Shit, we're about to hit the Grammys. It's kind of a big deal. We'll have to talk about that next week. We're going to be a week behind. Maybe we'll do a special event for the Grammys because the Grammys happen a week from today on Sunday. So our podcast comes out on Sunday morning. Maybe we'll do another episode.
We can delay it a day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because we would love to discuss the Grammys.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Don't forget to watch the Grammys on ABC. I don't know what stream's on.
Yeah.
We're not being paid by the Grammys, so we're not going to advertise Grammys.
Yeah.
Don't forget to stream Forest Lake on Spotify and all other streaming platforms convenient most to you.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Well, for the 2 followers listening, we thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for whatever you do out there, for being a good person. Say something nice to somebody today. Do something nice for somebody. And if you get bored, we'll be here next week to talk with you about everything that's going on in the music industry that we hand select as important.
Yes. Until then, keep on waiting for So I'll Wait.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
comes out February 10th, conveniently streaming on all platforms.
By that one band.
What are they called? Shitty band.
Yeah, there's that shitty band out of Florida.
Yeah.
Forest Ocean.
Something Forest Ocean.
Actually, that sounds kind of cool. Forest Lake. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
this band in Tampa called Forest Lake. They're putting out a new song February 10th called So I'll Wait. And so you will have to wait for it. And so we will have to wait for it. And that's all we got for the week. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you next week.
Peace.